Hello there and welcome back, or welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and let's dive right into this tutorial. So I had a lot of people from TikTok ask me for some new foiling techniques, so I thought, why not give the people what they want? So this client of mine typically likes to stay on the more brunette or brondy side, so that's pretty much what we're doing today, but we're just leveling it up just a little bit. Now my sectioning is the same. It's my two front sections and then my one back section. And one thing that is super important to note is that you always want to do your client sectioning based off of how they part their hair. Now, if they're one of those that likes to flip their part around, I always suggest doing their color based off of the center part. That way they can flip it whichever way they want. So in my normal techniques, you'll see me do lots and lots of just straight slicing because I like to focus on coverage when I'm foiling. And that's because I'm typically doing a lot of blondes who need a lot of coverage and less dimension, or they want less dimension. So this technique right here would be perfect for a client who wants to see more contrast in their color, more dimension throughout their base, a smoother grow out, a lower maintenance end result. So this will be perfect for those bronze or those more brunette tones, or just those clients that want to see more dimension throughout their color in general. So as you saw, I started off with what I'm gonna call is ribbon slices. So it's a slice, but it's a ribbon. Ribbon is an older school term, and it just is referred to as a ribbon because it looks like a ribbon. And then the next section, I'm doing what I like to call a chunky weave. I love doing chunky weaves when I want to see more dimension throughout their base. So essentially, if you were to only do the ribbon slicing all the way up and not do any kind of weaving in between, your end result would have very much like that V formation in your color. So if you had a client who was wanting a very natural, more subtle end result, you could definitely just do those ribbon slices all the way up. Essentially, you're leaving everything out in the center, but I did the ribbon weaves in between because we wanted more coverage. Now with these last two sections, I'm just doing a straight sliced and teased section because I want everything to kind of mesh and come together. And she did express to me that she wanted a little bit more fine highlights throughout her base at the top, just so it was more of a blended effect. Now we still want a bit of a rootier look, and we still want a little bit of a lower maintenance look and a smoother grow out. So I am teasing pretty much throughout this whole application. One thing that's super important to note about teasing in your application, just remember the deeper the tease, meaning the closer you start that tease toward the ends of their hair, the more dimension, aka less coverage, you're gonna get in that section. The higher up your tease, so the less you tease, the more coverage, less dimension you're gonna get. And I am using Schwarzkopf Blondeme per usual, also with my Olaplex added in, and I am starting off with 7 volume and working my way up to 20. It's honestly extremely rare that I'm ever going over 20 up to 30. The only time I'm really using 30 is when I am doing a bleach wash at the bowl. And like you will always see me do, I am combing through my sections after I apply my lightener and resaturating because I am a saturation freak, and this was something that I started doing years and years ago, and it's just always worked for me. And I promise, when I don't do it, it typically fails me and I regret not doing it. So if you haven't tried it, you should try it. I do this with my colors as well, just because I want to make sure every single strand of hair is coated and saturated and I'm not getting any uneven end results. And we are doing these front sections exactly how we did the back. So we're finishing off with those last couple foils being some more finer weaved, deeper teased slices, just to give it a little bit of a smoother blend up there at the top. Purple shampooing her out with some Palor purple shampoo. I absolutely love them. They are so sweet. First of all, they sent me like a lifetime supply of purple shampoo and I'm just obsessed. Okay, so for her toner at her roots, I did 6A and 6NB, And then for her mids and ends, I did 9M, and then I made a 9PA with 8PA and 10PA. And then I did 9VG. As you can see, I'm intermixing Paul Mitchell Demis and Redken Shades EQ. This is absolutely okay because they're both Demis and they're both liquids. I do this often with Redken Shades EQ, Paul Mitchell, and Joico Lumi Shine. We are applying the roots first right over that line of demarcation, and then we're going to go back in with the mids and ends toner. Making sure that that hair is completely detangled. That is going to be the key to not getting any smudges from your root to those ends in your toning application. You really want to brush the crap out of it and just make sure that you are secure in that blend. If you need to brush through again halfway through the processing time, by all means, feel free. Also, I'm always adding clear into my formula for my mids and ends just so I can process fully while still feeling secure. So we let that process for a full 15 minutes. Let's check out her before again. And voila, super gorgeous Bronde vibes. I was obsessed. If you like this tutorial, make sure you subscribe to see more. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.